Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Fighting's Final. I'm your host, Mike Lowe. Wow. Uh, I have no words. This team, again, no fight in this team. The only guy who showed up today was Nick Castellanos. 3 of the Phillies, 5 hits today as the Phils get blown out in Toronto, 9-1. Jesus Luzardo just was not he was just not himself today, or at least Jesus Luzardo that we haven't seen up until this point. I know he had the really bad game against Milwaukee. He followed that up with this game today. 2 innings, gave up 9 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Is it time to worry about Jesus Luzardo now? Like, did Rob Thompson leaving him in? Did it do something to his confidence or something? Because my man does not look good at all. This Phillies overall starting pitching hasn't really looked good, with the exception of Mick Abel last night, who, labored through 6 innings, only giving up a run. I mean, this has been just crazy, crazy, crazy time for a Phillies fan. And guys, we're going to get right to the scoring. It's going to start off in the bottom of the second. Straw would hit an RBI double. Snyder would score, giving or in the bottom of the second, I'm sorry. In the bottom of the second, giving the Toronto Blue Jays a 1-0 lead. Then Heintzman, the catcher, would hit an RBI double. Straw would score, giving them a 2-0 lead. And then Bo Bichette would come up and hit a 2-run home run, putting them up 4-0 after the second inning. After the second inning, they were up 4-0. And I'll tell you what, it wouldn't get any better from there. Straw again would hit a 2-run single, scoring Kirk and I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. Looks like Clement. I'm sorry. Scoring Clement and Kirk. They would score, putting Toronto up 6-0. And then Hyman again would hit another 2-run single. Straw and Schneider would score, giving Toronto an 8-0 lead. The Phils would answer back in the top of the 6th. Kyle Schwarber with an RBI single would drive in Trey Turner to break up the shutout. And then again in the 6th inning, Kirk again would his 3rd hit of the day, an RBI single. George Springer would come around to score, making it 9-1, and that's how it would end. And the Phillies wouldn't get another hit from the 6th inning on today. The totals for this game literally are Toronto 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Phillies 1 run, 5 hits, 0 errors. And like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, Nick Castellanos with 3 hits today. So he had 3 singles today. So again, last night the Phils were 5 for 31 at the plate. Today, same numbers, 5 for 31. It's not looking good. I mean, I know they got the Bucks coming up tomorrow, and I'll tell you what. For me, I don't know. Like, I thought after Tuesday night that maybe this team had a little bit of something that came back, and then they put up 6 in the first inning of the first game, and that's really been it. They scored 2 runs for the next 18 innings. That's a problem, and that's a problem inside that locker room. There's a locker room problem. This team has no oomph whatsoever to try to. It's like if they get down, I'm sorry, but the way they've been playing as of late, when they get down, I have no confidence that they're going to come back. I really don't. Guys are not playing small ball. I don't know how many outs I've seen flyouts today. Like flyouts trying to kill the ball. It's really, really, really amazing. So Steve Wentz is checking in and says, Jesus Luzardo, more like it. He was just as bad as my play on words there. Yeah, it was bad, Steve. It was really bad. I'm wondering if him leaving Thompson leaving him in when he took that beating against Milwaukee is playing havoc with him because he was so good. And now the last 2 games, he just gotten smoked. Big Al checking in says, this game is like getting a rigid colonoscopy. Yeah. Uh, I take it, I suffered my 6th loss today. I'm now 9-6 on the season of doing the post game. The only good thing is about this is I get to come right back tomorrow. That's right, guys. This is your lineup for over the weekend. Basically, it's me and Pat. I get today and tomorrow. Pat gets Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you guys check us out. After the game, we will be live on here for you guys. Again, just paying some of the bills, guys. Tonight, 9:00. That's right. The attacking third, Steve Fuentes and Pat Bernard will have you covered with the Union and all else in the MLS. So make sure you guys tune into them tonight, the attacking third at 9, and then following them tonight. That's right. One last one before he takes his couple-day break there, before he has his weekend. Maddie, the final word. So make sure you check in with him for the final word tonight at 10 following the attacking third. And, of course, me and Pat will be back Sunday morning. No Al this week. Al will probably be severely hungover because he is one of the guys that is helping throw Delco Day down here in Delaware County. If you don't know about it, make sure you get out to it. $6.10 gets your admission at Dolan's Bar. It is a really good time, and you never know who you're going to run into at Dolan's just in general. So make sure you stop by there and say hi to Big Al and, pay your $6.10. It goes towards a good cause. So make sure you go see him. And last but not least, Pat, I'm telling you, Pat is going to be stuck on his computer all weekend. That's right, because he's got the wraparound Friday night, 10:30, or following the Phillies Fightings final. So make sure you guys tune in for that. That is our weekend schedule, guys. So make sure you guys check into there. I'll tell you again, for me, 5 for 31 at the plate today. Not going to get it done. Harper needs to start looking at himself. The front of this lineup has to start looking at himself. It has just been bad. Okay. They had, like I said, listening to the broadcast, they had a 6-run first inning in Tuesday night's game and have scored 2 runs literally over the next, I said 18 innings. It's more than that. If you really look at it, 3 games, it's 27 innings. Last 26 innings, the Phillies have scored 2 runs. That's a problem with this lineup. Sorry. You have too many people making too much money to be not scoring at least 3 runs a game with this lineup. You got to score at least 3 runs. And I don't think that's hard or say that, to put that out there. Not with this lineup that they have. This lineup, should be able to score at least 3 runs a game. At least. And I'm sorry. Right now, you got people that are not pulling their weight. Speaking of Pat Bernard, he checks in. He goes, "It's a Wrap Sports Network. It's the new Blue Oyster." Pat always at a always trying to do a butt plug for the Blue Oyster, as he always does. But again, guys, getting back to this game today, like they were lifeless. Like they were already on a flight to Pittsburgh. By the 4th inning, they were already on a flight to Pittsburgh mentally, because the only people I want to give credit to is the Phillies bullpen. Phillies bullpen today was pretty damn good. Okay, Seth Johnson gave up a run on a couple hits. That's going to happen. He's a young guy. But overall, that bullpen came down, locked down this lineup after Jesus Luzardo gave up 8 runs. So, I mean, the bullpen did their job today. They're the only ones I can probably give a credit to. So it's hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about a game like this. But if I have to, I got to do the Broad Street bottom line. Broad Street bottom line is this: Phillies, again, not putting the offense out there. I'm going to keep pounding that and pounding that and pounding that. Again, with this lineup, I'm sorry. You should not be only scoring 1 run. 2 runs in 26 innings. 2 runs in 26 innings. I'm sorry. That's bad. That's bad. If I'm in that dugout, somebody's got to step up in that locker room and go, guys, this is not acceptable. We are better than this. Now I know Matty B will probably come on later and sit there and say, no, they're not really as good as this. It's the same team that they're running back and everything. I ain't trying to hear that. And the only reason I'm not trying to hear that is because they're around. They had the best record in baseball for a while, and they're still around the teams with the best record in baseball. So the Phillies are one of the top 5 teams in baseball. Regardless of what kind of holes that we know need to be filled, they're still around that area. They're still around, top 5 or 6 teams in the in Major League Baseball. And the thing about it is, if you really take a look at it, these teams have been switching positions all season long. I think the only one who's really kind of stayed hot was Detroit, but sooner or later they're going to come back to reality too. So, all we have to do is just look a year ago. Phillies were hot leading into June, and then they went overseas. And then once they went overseas, man, forget about it. So, again, it's going to be ebb and flows. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. They do have a good team. They just got to get clicking offensively right now. There's something that is just holding them back offensively. I do want to give a couple nods of the cap defensively to Bryson Stott over the last 2 days. He's made a couple great plays in the field. Trey Turner continues to kill us in the field. Again, he had the drop ball today, which forced in 2 runs. He's been making errors at crucial times, and I'm just wondering how long are we going to have to deal with his glove, or how many games will it cost the Phillies? Would it be his glove? So hopefully with that, we can turn it to a good point, moving forward with the Pirates coming in. If you guys do not know, they said it on the telecast today. Tomorrow will be a bullpen game. I was surprised to see Taijuan Walker pitching for an inning today, figuring if they're going to do a bullpen game tomorrow, he would be the guy that I would most likely to want to see probably start that game. So I don't know how they're going to do that now. They may start Taijuan and just have him go 3 innings. But it'd be interesting to see what the Phillies do tomorrow coming out. But they got to get back on the schneid. And I know people are going to be like, they're bottom feeders. This Toronto team's not a bottom feeder team. I mean, they just won their 33rd game. The Phillies only have 3 more wins than the Blue Jays. And they started the series with 31 wins. So they're in second place in the American League East. It's not like this Toronto team's a bunch of scrubs. And next week, I know the Phillies will get a chance at redemption because Toronto comes here for 3 games next week. So kind of a home and home with these guys over the next probably week or so, within the next 10 days. I believe they come in after. Let me take a look at this real quick. Just so I'm bringing up their schedule. Yeah, they play. They're at Pittsburgh for the weekend, and then Monday they come home with a 3-game set with the Cubbies, which I think is going to be a really good one. Really going to be the second time they play the Cubs this year. So, they got a chance to play another good team coming in. If you're looking at it, I mean, really over this month here, the only kind of give me series they have is against the Marlins. It really is. I mean, if you're looking at this, like I said, they got Pittsburgh over the weekend, Chicago to begin early next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next weekend. They got Toronto coming in here for 3. Then they're at Miami for 4 games before they come home on the 20th to play the Mets. They play the Mets, weekend series, the 20th to the 22nd. They have at Houston for 3, and then at Atlanta before they come home the end of the month to play those San Diego Padres. So this is pretty much how the rest of the month fills out for the Phillies. The only kind of give me series that I will give them in this is the Miami series. I don't think Miami's much of a team, and I think the Phillies, I think Allentown could beat the Miami Marlins. So I'm not gonna be held tight on that, considering Miami just lost 2 or 3 at home to Colorado. They just lost to the worst team in baseball. They lost 2 or 3 at home, which By the way, I don't know if you guys took notice. I know this is the Titans final, but it is baseball related. How bad is it in Miami to where the Rockies come in and I think they had it capped for 30,000 or something like that came into the game, and there was barely 500 people in there. Somebody took a wide shot of the whole stadium, and there was less than 500 people in there. I mean, in the lower level alone, the lower level looked like there was probably 200 people in the lower level. I'm sorry. I feel both of those Florida teams should just move. One, it's too hot in Florida to play regular normalized baseball, and two, those communities don't support those teams. They don't. If you go to Tampa, Tampa's 90% Yankees fans. Why? Because Yankees have held their spring training down there for 60 years. You know what I mean? And Miami, nobody's going to Miami to watch baseball. Nobody. I think, they would be better off moving one of those teams to Orlando and taking the other team and moving it to Nashville. You want to see a place that would come out and support baseball? Nashville would be one of them. So I would like to, if I had my way, honestly, I would love to see the Montreal Expos come back. I really would. I think if they had new ownership up there and brought that back, I think that would be so awesome. Because then we wouldn't be stuck playing. We would not be stuck playing those lowly Blue Jays. We get the home and home with them every year. I think it kind of like rotates. Like 1 year it'll be Boston, we get the home and home with, but it'll never be like the Yankees or or Tampa or whoever, Baltimore, because Baltimore plays DC. So it always goes back and forth between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Which, by the way, also, even though the Phillies play bad, they played bad just today. I'm not going to get mad at them for losing a 2-1 game. You can get mad at the offense, but a 2-1 game, that just means, both bullpens were doing their thing last night, and they just happened to get the hit to win. Today was just bad. Like, the Phillies were just on a plane. Like I said, after the top of the second inning, they were just on a plane. They got a run by luck, Turner just happened to hit a leadoff double, and Schwarber got a single. You know what I mean? Bryce, again, having a bad day. So, like I said, guys, going forward with this, they got to come out better tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow's a bullpen game for this Phillies team. Again, if you weren't here earlier on, it'll be myself on Friday night, and then, of course, my partner Pat, who you guys can see later on here. Pat's doing double duty this weekend. He's actually doing triple duty over the weekend. He's got both Phillies final, Titans final, and he's got P&M in the AM with me on Sunday morning. Guys, again, the attacking third tonight, 9:00. Pat and Steve got you covered with the Union. Following them at 10, the final word with Matty B. Make sure you tune in. I'm pretty sure Matty's going to have a lot to say about this game. And to be honest with you, I'm usually on the other side of the fence with Matty, but I'm pretty sure of what he's going to say tonight. I can't argue with this. I mean, again, they had their chances to put some runs on the board today. They just didn't do it. And like I said, Nick Castellanos was your best hitter today with 3 singles. He was like 3 for 3 or 3 for 4 today. So, again, Matty B will be coming in here, probably reaming me into one as well. But that's okay. I kind of get used to that from the boss. Friday night, tomorrow night, 10:30, Pat will be joining you for the wraparound. That's right. I almost pulled that Al Safiri line from the other day before we did P&M in the AM. He called Pat's show the reach around. It was pretty funny. Almost did that, Pat, but I'm sorry. I won't do that to you, buddy. The wraparound with Pat Bernard. So make sure you join Pat tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lot to say. He'll be following me after I do the Titans final. And then, of course, Sunday morning, that's right. It'll just be me and Pat this week. No Al. Al will be at Delco Day, like I said. So he'll probably still be inebriated from the day before. So it'll just be me and Pat. So make sure you tune in. Your Sundays will never be the same. Well, guys, let me see here. Okay, Starver says we face Bailey Falter tomorrow. Okay. He said Cassie had a nice game. Yeah, Star Wars he did. He was the only Philly that showed up today. And if we face Bailey Falter tomorrow, you know what? He's liable to go out and shut us out for like 3 innings. I mean, that's just the Phillies' luck. You know, the way that they're hitting right now, anybody's going to be able to shut us out. All right, guys, before we get out of here, we got to run the bases. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We had some finals today. Starting off, it was the Arizona Diamondbacks outlasted the Atlanta Braves today, 11-10. Wow, there's a lot of offense in that one. It was the Cardinals beating the Royals 6-5 in the Battle of Missouri. It was the White Sox getting by the Detroit Tigers 3-2. Of course, you saw the Blue Jays dismantle the Phillies 9-1. Bottom of the 8th right now in Sacramento. It is the A's 14-3. Twins got a late field goal there. So it's 14-3 Athletics. Baltimore right now in the bottom of the 9th lead the Seattle Mariners 4-3. It is the Giants 3-2 over the Padres. Top 6, it is the New York Mets 4, the Dodgers 3. And Astros Pirates, Astros Pirates, Cubs Nationals, Guardians Yankees, Rangers Rays, and Royals Cardinals. Their second game of a doubleheader will all be later. So that is your scoreboard for today. Again, if you want to check out the standings right now in the National League right now, the Phillies are legitimately 2 games back now of those New York Mets, and they're playing right now as we speak. So we could drop down to a game and a half. But other than that, that's what is coming up. Looking at the weekend series, Phillies Pirates this weekend. It'll also be the Mets go to Colorado for the weekend. Hopefully we can get those guys to maybe steal 1 or 2 from out there. Would be nice. Another good series to look forward to this weekend if you are a baseball fan. Dodgers and Cardinals link up this weekend. I think that should be a pretty damn good series. Also, Braves and Giants also link up. And of course, we have what they call the best rivalry in baseball, Yankees, Red Sox. So make sure you check out. There's going to be plenty of good baseball guys to be seen this weekend. So that, my friend, is going to do it for me. Okay. So make sure you tune in tonight. Like I said, the attacking third, 9 o'clock. The final word with Matty B at 10. Make sure you guys tune in to them. Give a like, give a follow. We appreciate everything that you do. It helps us out. It doesn't cost you nothing. And you guys get to have great content here that we provide for you guys here on It's a Wrap Sports Network. One last comment. Star Wars is kind of mad at Rob. He says Rob needs to go. You know what, Star Wars, I'm going to leave that on you for right now. I don't think he needs to go, but there's definitely something brewing in that Phillies clubhouse. So, again, final score, Phillies lose in Toronto 9-1. They're on their way to Pittsburgh. Tomorrow it's Bailey Falter against the Phillies bullpen. I will be with you guys right after the final out. That's right. I don't wait around. I come right after the final out. I will be here with you guys then. I am Mike Laurel. I will see you guys then. Have a good night. Don't forget, attacking third, 9 o'clock. Matty B. The final word with Matty B at 10. Be there. Thank you guys. Have a good night.